she had one problem. She couldn't stop talking.
Listen, did you hear who was turned into a tree? Well, the water sprite told me all about it. Do you know about her? Well, she knows everything, almost as much as Zeus himself. Oh, I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. I mean, he does know everything. Where was I? Oh yeah, being turned into a tree and not any ordinary tree.
He talked to Hera about everything. The other sprites, the gods, the silly things that mortals did or didn't do.
Hera tried to be polite at first, but then her neck started getting tired from nodding so much. She found herself wasting valuable time. Time when she could be doing godlike things, just listening to him.
Hera tried talking to Echo.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Echo, if I could interrupt. Excuse me!
Oh, my queen, did you want to say something?
Well, yes. It's about your talking. I hate to say this, but you do go on sometimes.
Do I? I guess I do. You know, my mother always used to say the same thing to me. Echo, my darling, you do go on and on and on, but she could talk herself. Let me tell you, once upon a little sprite.
This is hopeless. Hera put up with the long-winded chatter for a long time, but one day her patience ran out. Where is Zeus? Where is my husband? There's an emergency about to happen and I can't find him. He better not be lazing around. Has anybody seen him?
I've seen him!
I'm afraid of that.
Echo had seen her boss. In fact, flirting with some of her fellow sprites. She knew she couldn't let his wife know that, so she kept chattering away with Hera to give time for Zeus to break away.
You know, everyone has to take a break and relax now and again. Even if Zeus is supposed to be on duty all the time, why?
Just tell me.
You know, I had a cousin who was so serious all the time that he made himself sick. Let me tell you.
Enough. I can't take it. Silence.
Oh, my queen, I didn't know.
I've got to put a stop to your babbling. Hera raised her hand and made this decree. From now on, your tireless tongue will rest. For all of us, even you, this will be best. For words you haven't had a lack, but now you only have the power to speak back.
Speak back, speak back.
That is my royal decree. Do you understand?
Understand, understand?
For the rest of time, Echo only had the power to repeat the last words that others said, and that she was bound to do.
As you can imagine, Echo felt terrible. All her feelings were bottled up inside her. Now isn't this wonderful? So peaceful and quiet.
Quiet, quiet.
When she wasn't serving Hera, Echo began to wander alone in the woods.
One day, she saw a handsome young man taking a pipe. Echo's mood lifted immediately.
This young man happened to be Narcissus. He was out looking for someone who was good enough to deserve his love.
When he was a child, his mother asked the fortune teller if her boy would have a long life. Perhaps, the puppet said, if he never knows himself.
It's a shame that the world is just so full of, how can I put it kindly, average people. It's just impossible to find anyone who comes near my exacting standards.
Narcissus had been told by so many people that he was good looking that he was interested mainly in one person, himself.
But when Echo saw him, she fell hopelessly in love. She followed closely behind him as he wandered through the woods, but she was careful not to reveal herself.
And, of course, she wanted to say something to this young man, but he had to wait for him to speak first. When Narcissus thought he saw someone moving in a tree shadow, he called out, and Echo got her chance.
Is someone here?
Here, here.
Well, show yourself.
Show yourself, show yourself.
Please, come out of hiding. I would like to meet you.
Meet you, meet you.
I'm going to leave unless you come out right now.
Right now, right now.
As she said those words, she got up her courage and came out from behind the tree where she was hiding. She ran up to Narcissus and tried to hug him.
No, please stop. I'm not interested in dating a forest sprite. As a matter of fact, I'd rather die than be in love with you.
In love with you, in love with you.
Oh, please, just leave me alone.
Wow.
With that, Narcissus ran away, leaving Echo all alone. She was so upset that she went to a nearby cave to collect her thoughts and have a good cry. That's why they say you can hear Echo's voice even to this day in caves all around the world.
Even though Echo had a broken heart, she never lost her love
towards Narcissus. This was Nemesis, the goddess of payback, forms of justice.
She's the one who's famous for settling scores.
It's about time Narcissus got a taste of his own medicine. I will see to it that he falls in love with someone that will always be outside of his reach.
So it happened that Narcissus continued his search for someone worthy to be his mate, but he found it a very hard search.
It's tiring being perfect and looking for the perfect companion. I've got to rest and take a drink of water.
The young man knelt down by a beautiful pool to take a drink from the clear blue water.
Now this fellow will get
As Narcissus bent over, he saw his own reflection in the pool.
Hello! Who are you?
The image does look back at him without replying.
Why, of all the people I've met in my wanderings, you seem to be the most special. Why won't you tell me your name?
The reflection just looked back in watery silence.
I feel terrible. Something's come over me that I've never felt before. I feel rejected.
With that, Narcissus began to feel very, very sorry for himself. A few tears rolled down his cheeks, dropped in the pond, and landed on his reflection. Ripples caused the image to break up and vanish.
No, please don't go away. Stay, I beg you.
In a moment, the image returned.
Oh, thank you. I knew you cared about me. You have no idea how many horrible people I had to talk to before I met you.
Some of the sprites felt badly for Echo and went to her side to cheer her up. They told her about the odd young man who had fallen in love with his own reflection. She went out to laugh at this pitiful creature and then realized it was Narcissus.
She felt pity for Narcissus and decided to watch over him. Her voice repeated his words.
I promise, I'll never leave you.
Never leave you, never leave you.
Narcissus was so absorbed in his own conversation that he didn't hear Echo at all.
I'll never move from this spot.
From this spot, from this spot.
And that's just how Narcissus spent the rest of his short life, sitting by the pond, in love with his own reflection.
And Echo, she had more luck in her fate. The gods took